Right now, we are live from Milwaukee as we enter day one of the Republican National Convention.
We have crews scattered around Milwaukee to bring you the latest information.
And we do have a first warning alert day. We'll track these storms that are already developing in Iowa coming up.
Live from the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is News 3 Now special coverage of the Republican National Convention.
And thanks for staying with us tonight. We are live at the Baird Center, which is the convention center just a couple blocks from Fiserv Forum as the Republican National Convention from Milwaukee is underway.
Thank you for joining us. In a surprise on day one, former President Donald Trump has officially named J.D. Vance as his vice presidential candidate. So we do have crews all around Milwaukee from the RNC bringing us the latest coverage. But before we get to all of that, we've got to talk about the weather because it's starting to throw a wrench into some plans here. Severe weather is possible tonight. And for more on that timing, let's get a look at the first warning forecast with meteorologist Kelly Slifka out on the backyard weather patio. Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, good afternoon. It is a hot, steamy afternoon. And you know what that's going to lead to is some more strong storms, possibly some severe storms rolling in this evening. In fact, they have upped that risk of severe weather now this evening for southern Wisconsin, about as high as it can get. Category 4 out of 5. Right now, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect. Southwestern Wisconsin, basically from Dane County areas to the west up until 11 o'clock. And we are starting to see some of these storms already fire up. So that's why we do have a first warning alert day. Well, we got the hot weather. Now the storms that will be coming in this evening. This will be day 3 that we've had some of these strong to severe storms rolling through. After today, though, it looks like it's done. But we got to get through this evening with the potential of some strong to severe storms rolling through this evening. That can't rule out some strong winds, hail, maybe even an isolated tornado, and possible flooding. Obviously, the ground's already saturated with 2 to 4 inches of rain that we had over the weekend. There we go. Moderate risk of severe weather nosing into a southern Wisconsin on a scale of 1 to 5. That's Category 4. Madison, enhanced risk of severe weather. That line is moving through Iowa. You can see all that lightning moving out of Iowa, and these are moving on to the east about 20 miles per hour. These are starting to build a little bit as well, and that's what we're expecting. You can watch on our future track as all this moves through. Here in the Madison area, between 6:30, 7:30, looking at those storms to roll on through. And it is humid. Dew points are in the lower 70s with temperatures in the heat index feeling like 93. Feels like 102 right now in Janesville with temperatures in the upper 80s. So we are looking at those severe storms to roll through this evening. After today, we will see some quieter weather. We'll have more on the quieter weather for the rest of the week coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Hopefully the weather won't throw a wrench in too many things tonight. A lot going on in the state of Wisconsin. The big news to start the Republican National Convention today was news that Ohio Senator J.D. Vance was Donald Trump's pick to be his running mate. And Trump announcing on social media he selected Vance to join him on the Republican ticket. The former president said Vance served in the Marine Corps, graduated from the Ohio State University, and is a law school graduate from Yale. This afternoon, delegates made Donald Trump's presidential nomination official with the roll call of states.
He is smart, and he can articulate the Make America Great agenda.
Now, the Trump campaign says the focus of today's program will be the economy. Sean O'Brien, the head of the Teamsters Union who endorsed Joe Biden in 2020, is tonight's keynote speaker.
President Biden released a statement on Trump picking J.D. Vance, saying in part, quote, "This is someone who supports banning abortion nationwide while criticizing exceptions for rape and incest survivors. Railed against the Affordable Care Act, including its protections for millions with pre-existing conditions, and has admitted he wouldn't have certified the free and fair election in 2020.
And we have live team coverage. Our reporters are throughout the city of Milwaukee covering this event. And in light of what happened over the weekend, you can imagine security is top of mind really more than ever.
And protests that are taking place nearby here as well. First, let's head to Will Keneally, who has more on the former president's vice presidential pick. Will?
Yeah, so we're here inside the Fiserv Forum, and you can see actually this is the stage behind me. This is where House Speaker Mike Johnson formally put forward J.D. Vance's name to be the VP pick. That taking place just a little more than an hour ago. Now, just after that pick was announced, we checked in with the Wisconsin delegation to ask them how they're feeling about that pick. We spoke with former Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker.
So having him join a ticket where I think Donald Trump is a proven fighter for people forgotten, feel forgotten, is powerful with J.D. Vance on the ticket.
Now, you may remember back to 2012, the Republican VP pick then was another Midwesterner, Wisconsinite Paul Ryan. Now, we'll continue to bring you coverage from inside the Fiserv Forum here and more reaction to the VP pick of J.D. Vance. But for now, we'll go to the Panther Arena with Susan and Brady.
Will, thank you. The Wisconsin Media Row, which is where we're at, it's new this year at the RNC. About 24 local news teams are set up right in this corridor to bring you all the latest information from the convention.
We're in the Panther Arena, so we're right across the street from Fiserv Forum and not far from the Baird Convention Center. It's just a couple of blocks away. And it's not just local media, of course. There are 15,000 journalists here for the next 4 days reporting on the convention, hailing from across the country and around the world, all the way from France to Iran. We've seen journalists from all four corners of the world here for this important event.
Yeah, it is a magnet right now for all sorts of people covering this event. Traffic was pretty nuts getting in here.
Yes, it was. And it puts Milwaukee on the map.
Yeah. And so we will be here all week giving you analysis from the RNC as now day one is about to get into full swing for the evening edition.
Brady, Susan, and Will, thank you all so much. So at the convention this week, guns are not allowed inside the inner security perimeter, but they are allowed on the outer perimeter. And that is a big concern for gun safety advocates like the Wisconsin anti-violence effort. The city has banned dozens of objects from the outer security zone, including tennis balls, coolers, and canned goods. Now, because of state law, they are not able to ban firearms. WAVE is worried about political tensions boiling over into violence.
Having guns in the equation is only going to make this so much more of a risk for everyone in Milwaukee. We think that it's incredibly dangerous that guns would be allowed within the security perimeter at the RNC. We're, very much concerned that this could be a situation where the city sees a lot of unrest.
The Secret Service set the perimeters. Officials say they are trying to balance protesters' right to express their views while securing the environment for attendees and the public. So as we kick off day one here of the Republican National Convention, there is focus on security, especially after this past weekend.
Yeah, in light of the assassination attempt on Donald Trump in Pennsylvania over the weekend, you can just imagine how much focus there went into the Secret Service's preparation for what was going on this week in Milwaukee. Now, our Ellie LaLiberte got a first-hand look at some of those security preparations with attendees today. She talked to them about what jumped out to them and what they noticed. Ellie?
Yeah, security presence is high here today. That's what we've noticed. Although officials yesterday did say that they weren't making any major protocol changes for this event. Now, the RNC has both a hard and a soft perimeter with multiple security checkpoints. It took some people I spoke with today from anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour to get through security. However, getting to those checkpoints was difficult. Streets were shut down and traffic built up for hours today. Vendors and delegates alike said they noticed a heavy security presence for this event.
You could tell it's very secure. There's police on every corner, and then there's Secret Service, obviously.
I've seen every acronym, federal and state, and I even saw some armored cars coming from some of the local state municipalities and so on.
Now, as we look at security here at the RNC, our Maddie Heimsch is live outside with a protest. So, Maddie, what are you noticing from there?
That's right, Ellie. I'm here at Red Arrow Park where today's protest both started and ended. Now, the protest did end a couple hours ago, so the park is really emptied out. But earlier today, thousands filled Red Arrow Park here and the streets of Milwaukee. Now, while they all marched together, News 3's Kyle Pozorski and I walked with them today and noticed that a wide variety of issues brought these groups together in the streets. Those issues range from women's reproductive rights to the economy to the war in Israel. We spoke with a few of them. Here's what they had to tell us.
Milwaukee is a union town.
Women should have bodily autonomy and make decisions with their doctors, what's best for them.
Everybody is human, and everybody deserves rights.
We are suffering from climate change right now.
Both Biden and Trump are two sides of the same coin.
Stand with Palestine, stop the genocide.
I think the point is to try to do what I can to stop Trump from getting elected.
And not only were those issues diverse, but attendees came from all over the nation. We heard speakers this morning from the Denver Anti-War Committee, the Detroit Anti-War Committee, the Minnesota Anti-Abortion Committee, and the New Orleans Students for a Democratic Society chapter. We also spoke to the organizers of the protest. They've been planning this for 2 years now. They said they couldn't be more proud to finally take the streets of Milwaukee and make their voices heard with, like I said, thousands of others. So we'll have more on the events of today's protests on News 3 Now at 6. But for right now, I'm going to toss it right back to you guys. Reporting live in Red Arrow Park in Milwaukee, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
All right, Maddie and Ellie, thanks to both of you. And with more than 2,400 delegates in Milwaukee here for the convention for this 4-day event today, Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson reassured folks that he believes in the safety protocols in place for the Republican National Convention.
Working with the Secret Service, working with the FBI, working with the Milwaukee Police Department, Milwaukee Fire Department, other law enforcement agencies, not just here in southeastern Wisconsin, all across our state and really all across the country that are coming here to make sure that this is a safe event for everybody.
Now, the Secret Service has said that its convention security plan has actually been in the works now for some 18 months. And Merrill Hubbard is one of several of our reporters who have been covering the security fallout from what happened over the weekend, the assassination attempt on Donald Trump in Pennsylvania.
She is here with us in Milwaukee. She's catching up with delegates who have been in Wisconsin during all of this. So, Merrill, what have they been telling you?
Yeah, Charlotte and Eric, I talked to a Utah delegate on Saturday, just getting her reaction from what happened at Trump's rally. And she was in Madison touring our city, and I told her, asked her, are you nervous to go to Milwaukee? And she said, not at all. Here's a look at what Milwaukee looks like today. There are countless police officers, sheriff deputies, state patrol, and of course the Secret Service. You have to go through multiple checkpoints to get through the main areas, whether you're a delegate, a member of the media, or just a visitor. I caught up with that Utah delegate, Carolina Herron, now that she's here at the RNC to see if she feels safe. Here's her response.
You know, they're saying there's over thousands and thousands of police officers in the area. We're so grateful for all of them that came from all over the nation. So I think we'll be great. They have a good plan in place, and I'm excited.
Herron told me she's been excited for this convention, and now that she's here, her excitement has only grown. Coming up tonight at 6, I'll talk to these same delegates to see how they feel about guns being allowed near the perimeter today.
Merrill, thank you very much. Now, make sure to stay up to date with the very latest information on the Republican National Convention just by heading to our website, channel3000.com.
Now, we want to remind folks again, we will be streaming a 20-minute newscast at 8:30 p.m. all week long. It's going to be a recap of the very latest information from Fiserv Forum. You can find that on channel3000.com or on our News 3 Now app. Now, still ahead at 5, we talked about the weather being an issue. Hopefully, it's not going to disrupt things too much here. Meteorologist Kelly Slipton will be back. We'll have a complete look at the forecast.
Plus, we're going to be back to break down Trump's VP nominee as we are joined by 2 special guests to talk about everything you need to know during the RNC.
Save big Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. All natural chicken breasts, just $3.88. Driscoll strawberries, just $2.44 a pound when you buy a 2-pound pack. And Hy-Vee yogurt, 3 for just $1. Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
I got it.
I got it.
The airport is in 4 miles. Interesting choice.
You're going on 5th?
Discover performance in rare form.
You got it. But she's delayed.
Get offers on select F-Sport models at the Lexus Golden Opportunity sales event.
Get special offers on select Lexus RX models.
Get an 11% rebate on everything now at Menards. We're your one-stop shop for everything you need. We have it all from big to small and everything in between. Breathe easier with DuPont air filters. Advanced allergen air filters trap up to 85% of larger airborne contaminants and last up to 3 months. Pick one up for only $7.99 after 11% rebate at Menards, America's #1 home improvement retailer for customer satisfaction.
Save big money at Menards.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosure.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
Let's do this.
Introducing Chevy's best lineup of SUVs ever. The rugged, always-ready Trailblazer, the first ever Traverse Z71, and the Chevy Trax, starting at $21,495. When it's your time to shine, Chevy's got you.
Get 1.9% financing on select popular 2024 Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Save big Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Lay's, kettle cooked, rolled gold, or munchies, $1.99 each when you buy 2. Jack's Pizza, $2.98. And buy 2, get 1 free on Coke or Topo Chico Sabores. Monday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
No, I had no security concerns at all.
Despite the recent attempt on Donald Trump's life, why visitors to the Republican National Convention feel safe.
And at 6, we're watching an increased threat for severe weather across all of southern Wisconsin. We'll be breaking down the timing of the storms tonight at 6.
Milwaukee hosts the Republican National Convention, and News 3 Now brings you team coverage as Battleground Wisconsin grabs the national spotlight. Campaign 2024 GOP convention coverage live from Milwaukee, all this week on News 3 Now.
All right, first one, meteorologist Kelly Slifka out on the steamy patio here as we're just after 5 o'clock. Still have the sun out here. We're seeing some of these cumulus clouds above us. Might start to see some storms fire up, even though most of the storms right now are over Iowa. The big cluster of storms that we've been watching over the last couple of hours really exploding. In fact, they've had a couple of tornado warnings in Iowa. This is the system. It's a really weak front, but it's packing a punch. We got all the humidity, enough energy to fire up some of these storms. That's why we do have a first warn alert day. We've had the heat today. Once again, what else is new? But also severe storms. What else is new? This will be the 3rd day in a row, all of southern Wisconsin through this evening. But once we get through today, it looks like we'll finally get into some quieter weather. But it's going to be a bumpy evening, and actually fairly quickly. I think the main threat is going to be wind. You can see that's a high threat. Can't rule out flooding, though. Ground is saturated. We had 2 to 4 inches of rain across southern Wisconsin, and now we have a moderate risk of severe weather just nosing into southern Wisconsin. Monroe, Janesville, Darlington area. Madison is in an enhanced risk of severe weather. That's on a scale of 1 to 5, category 3. Slight risk of severe weather up to the north. But it looks like the main threat is wind, and you can see that pink shading. That is a 45% chance at any given point of 25 miles. They could see winds causing damaging winds. And that hatched area, we could be talking about wind gusts over 80 miles per hour. Hail, a little bit less of a threat, but still have a hail threat going through the evening. Tornado, pretty minimal. It looks like mainly right along the Illinois border. Here is the cluster of storms: Waterloo, Iowa, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, under the gun right now. Now, you notice how it's starting to nose towards Grant County. I wouldn't doubt if we don't start to see that line continuing to extend into southwestern Wisconsin and continue to develop fairly quickly as we go over the next couple of hours. I put the lightning on just to show you how much lightning is with these. So yeah, there's going to be a big electrical storm headed toward Platteville, much of Grant County as well. This is our future track. As mentioned, expecting some of these storms to fire up pretty quickly here, even in the Madison area. 6:30, Janesville, expecting that at 7 o'clock. Heavy downpours, large hail, and also some damaging winds moving through these areas. And I think a lot of that coming through this evening, but you can see how we continue to fire up storms right through 10 o'clock. Out ahead of a cold front that's going to be sliding through as we get toward the midnight hour. That'll put an end to the chance of rain, and we'll start to see these temperatures. We'll start to see that humidity come down, but not before leaving. 1 to 2 inches of rain. Really don't need it here in the Madison area down toward Janesville. Lesser amounts, it looks like, up to the north. So, yeah, it's going to be an active evening for us, but the good news is once we get through today, the chance of rain go way down. In fact, it looks like a fairly extended dry period right through the weekend, and actually rather cool for this time of July anyway. Only in the 70s much of the week. Next weekend looks great, very comfortable, low 80s for highs, morning lows in the 60s. Our next chance of rain really won't come in until Tuesday of next week.
All right, well, sounds good, Kelly. Thank you. Definitely looking forward to some calmer weather. Turning back to the biggest story of the day, the Republican National Convention is underway in Milwaukee. Let's head back out there with Eric and Charlotte, who's there covering the convention. Guys.
And we're joined, and we will be joined throughout the week by Republican strategist, our longtime political analyst, Brandon Scholes. Great to have you with us once again, Brandon.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
And it's an exciting week in these conventions. You've been to a lot of them. They're always interesting. And what we also like to do, of course, is bring in different perspectives so we can perhaps have a bit of a debate or two on these issues.
An earpiece.
And former Madison Mayor Dave Cheslevich is joining us. He is back in our News 3 Now studios in Madison. Mayor Dave, can you hear us okay? All right, well, Dave, I'm just going to go ahead and assume that he was able to hear us. Dave once did a fantastic weathercast for us, so hopefully his forecast, the forecast for tonight, will make this thing all go off without a hitch tonight. But first, Mayor Dave, let's talk about one issue, and I'm going to pose this question to both of you, and it has to do with the news of the day, which of course is J.D. Vance, the senator from Ohio, being selected as Donald Trump's running mate. And first, let's start with you, Mayor Dave. What does this do for the ticket? Okay, we're having some ears. Let's start with Brandon while they try to iron out Dave's earpiece issues.
Sure.
What does J.D. Vance bring to the ticket? This is we had Paul Ryan on the ticket in 2012. Of course, Wisconsin ties. We saw that on the ticket in 2012. That was a young guy at the time. J.D. Vance also first millennial, right?
J.D. Vance is the first millennial that they've had. He's one of the few people that's been put on the stage this quickly in front of a convention. But Vance brings a couple of things to the campaign that the Trump campaign needs. He's from the Midwest, and so when you hear this notion of the blue wall that the Biden campaign needs to win, Vance helps with the Midwest. So he brings Ohio, and when he's in the Midwest, that kind of helps you with Wisconsin and Illinois and Indiana. So that's a good thing. Vance he's very conservative. He's very in line with Trump. So that means when Vance goes out on the campaign, he's talking Trump issues, and so it's a solid front for the Trump campaign. Right. Vance is, he's a character. He's written a book. He's done all these kind of things. He's in the U.S. Senate, so he brings experience in foreign policy, in trade issues. So those are big items in the Trump campaign. So this is, Vance is the shiny new penny today.
Okay.
And in a non-traditional convention behind us, this is really a big moment.
Well, let's see. Do we have Dave now? Is he able to hear me and posing the question about what does Vance bring to the ticket? Yay or nay? Does it help? Dave, what do you think?
I can hear you, Eric. I couldn't hear most of Brandon's answer, but I'm sure I agree with everything he said. Yeah, I think I think Vance does bring him a little bit of geographic help. He may help him a bit in Pennsylvania and Michigan, but he also gives the Democrats some opportunities. It was no accident, I thought, that Biden led off with talking about abortion. Biden's best chance to pull out this election, I think, is to make it an election really about reproductive rights. And Vance's record on that is pretty extreme. He's been for a national law, a 15-week national law, and he's even said that he's against abortion in cases of rape and incest. So I think that's the major inroad for the Democrats to talk about that issue.
Well, we apologize. We had the audio issues. We're all out of time. We'd hope to get to a few more questions. Brandon will be here throughout our newscast helping. Dave, thanks again. Brandon will be continuing to offer his analysis as the week goes on. We're going to take a break now. Jalen will be right back with today's local headlines.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Congress has been spinning its wheels, going nowhere. I'm Katrina Shankland. In the state capitol, I've passed 225 bipartisan laws to help farmers, workers, and families. I approve this message because I have the experience to get things moving.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For Imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Dive into summer with a new Honda Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, or the all-new Civic Hybrid. Take a vacation, staycation, or just a weekend drive with the windows down. Whatever you do, make it epic with Honda. The 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Overall EV and Hybrid brand. So act now. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Not everyone knows us, but in southern Wisconsin, Illinois, and eastern Indiana, we are famous in our field. As a Sloan's technician, customer service is our specialty, whether you come to see us or we come to you. We are in the business of supporting your business, and we are highly trained to work on your John Deere equipment. At Sloan's, our loyalty lies with you. We depend on you, and we are proud to serve you. When it comes to service, you can count on us. Remember, think Sloan's first.
You and running have been together for a while now. Fact is, so has Morgan's Good Form Running. We're here to help runners achieve their goals and push their limits in every sport or adventure they pursue. That kind of performance demands real innovations in technology, shape, and fit.
And we're experts in all of it, so no matter why you run, your best race starts here.
Morgan's Good Form Running, Hilldale.
What's up? You need some windows?
Howdy. Oh, you need windows, yes you do.
Hey folks, you call the experts? Increase your curb appeal and save big this summer with free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest for 5 years. And we'll get it done Feldco fast. Free installation ends soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
I know how to get things moving in the state capitol, but in Congress, I'll also have the experience to stop bad ideas like the national abortion ban and stop attacks on our democracy. I'm Katrina Shankland, and I approve this message because our freedoms are on the line.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Next at 5, Governor Evers is announcing $1.3 million in grants to protect and improve Great Lakes resources across Wisconsin's coastal communities. This is through the Wisconsin Department of Administration's Coastal Management Program. 31 grants will be used by local, state, and tribal governments, among others, to expand public access, sustainability, habitat restoration, and address pollution. And a final check of your first warn forecast is coming up when we return.
If you're interested in installing a solar system this year, listen up. We only have a few available spots remaining in 2024. Scan the QR code on your screen now to save your spot so you can get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
You have a consumer issue, and you keep getting the runaround.
It was just a total nightmare.
What you need is an advocate.
It's Call for Action to help me. Nobody else did.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team has the experience and resources to get results.
He was able to accomplish in a couple months what we couldn't accomplish in 4 years.
Need help? Contact us by phone or on channel3000.com. Call for Action, only on News 3 Now. Moving forward for you.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, lease a new Tacoma for $319 a month or get 2.99% APR for 60 months on a new Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage?
Yeah.
Download our app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow, still have 5G here too. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working.
Try out our nationwide 5G coverage free for 30 days. Download the U.S. Cellular Try Us app today.
I'm so
happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sonobello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sonobello's biggest sale of the year. Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
If you're interested in installing a solar system this year, listen up. We only have a few available spots remaining in 2024. Scan the QR code on your screen now to save your spot so you can get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
Our coverage of the Republican National Convention from Milwaukee will continue in the next half hour on News 3 Now at 6.
And that'll include Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington giving us the very latest on the forecast and how the weather might affect things here as well. Of course, extensive coverage from the CBS network begins right now. Nora O'Donnell live coverage of the Republican National Convention from Milwaukee. Stay tuned.